Yo, what's going on, y'all? 805 Just here, the real Capri Sun, Mr. Cranberry Funk. I still have all of my wisdom teeth. My birth certificate says Ventura, California. That's where I was born. That's where I'm from. And that's where I rep. Want to give a shout out to everybody within the 805, everybody within Ventura County. And for those who are not in Ventura County, even if you're just in the Tri-Counties area, so if you're in Santa Barbara, if you're in SLO, up in San Luis Obispo, anywhere and in between and along the Central Coast, and you can take that PCH, that Pacific Coast Highway. I want to give a shout out to y'all. Let's just get right into it. First off, thank y'all for being here. Today is story time. Today is story time with Just. Story time with 805 Just. All right. I had a great or a blessed experience this week. And as an adult, as a grown up, when you're in your 30s, you know what I'm saying? When you're 30 plus, these type of moments you cherish because, they're not promised, they're not guaranteed, and they don't always happen. Okay. So this week, what was it? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I had to go to the DMV, right? If you're an adult and you drive, you have a vehicle, and you drive legally, you have been to the DMV or you've had to interact with the DMV in some form or fashion, right? Here's the thing. I didn't have an appointment. Let me say that one more time. I needed to go to the DMV. I did not have an appointment. If you live in California, well, really anywhere, but if you live in California like me, you really know because they have it at feels like every airport. Even before you get to the terminals, I feel like it's just plastered. LAX, Burbank, SFO, Santa Barbara Airport, whatever airport you fly out of or into in California, they're telling you about this. The Real ID driver's license is the deadline. I want to say is next month in May, sometime in May. I don't know. But that's the deadline. If you don't have a Real ID style driver's license, you are not going to be able to fly. You are not going to be able to get on a flight, board a flight in America. You have to have it. That's the new thing, and you got to have it. Of course, Just 805 Just me didn't have it, right? Got some flights coming up, 805 Just travels, the travels of Just. If y'all want to come along, let me know, I might bring the camera, I might fly with the equipment. Who knows, right? But so I needed to get I got a regular California driver's license. I needed to get, the new school. I needed to get the new joint, the Real ID, right? Downside was with the flights I had coming up, the flights coming up, I needed to get my Real ID, and I couldn't make an appointment because all the appointments on the DMV website were too far out. They were basically too close to when I was going to be flying soon, right? So in my mind, I'm like, man, what am I going to do? Because I can't make an appointment. And, if you've been to the DMV, you could be at the DMV all day, even if you have the littlest thing, the littlest issue. It could be, I know a lot of options are available online now, but back in the day, even if you just had to do your registration, every year you got to do your registration and whatnot for your car. If you had to just pay for that, you could be at the DMV all day. If you got to, pay some type of fee or something, you could be at the DMV all day. Who wants to be at the DMV all day? Not me, right? So I went online, did my research. Y'all know I'm a bookworm, right? Spend a lot of time online reading, and I still read the newspaper, that type of thing. Old man here, whatever. And I see my local DMV, the closest DMV to me, opens at 8 a.m. Right? Now I'm a morning person. If you know me personally, if you've known me for a long time, I'm a morning person. I can get up early. I work out in the morning. I go to the gym in the morning. So I could get up. I could make it happen. But I had no appointment. And I know most people nowadays, to my knowledge, I know, shout out to my mother. She always makes an appointment for the DMV. a lot of people do that, and it puts you first in line, gets you in and out, but I couldn't do it, right? So I told myself, you know what? I'm just going to get up. I'm going to wake up early on Tuesday morning, and I'm going to get up like I'm going to the gym, but I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the DMV, right? Mind you, like I said, DMV doesn't open until 8 o'clock, right? But I said, nah, I'm just, man. I'm 8:05 just, man. We get it in early, right? Set the alarm for 5:30. 5:30 a.m. California time, Pacific time, right? Take my time, get ready, you know what I'm saying? Probably had a little cranberry juice, maybe something like that. I get to the DMV at 6:30. 6:30 in the morning. Like I said before, call back. DMV doesn't open until 8 a.m. But I'm good. I'm chilling in the car. You know what I'm saying? I got Netflix on my phone, so I'm watching a sports documentary. Matter of fact, a Lance Armstrong documentary that told me a lot about this dude. We'll talk about that later though. I'm watching a 30 for 30 on Netflix, and I'm chilling. And when I pulled up, there were only 2 cars in the DMV parking lot, right? So 2 cars, I'm chilling. I'm like, all right, cool. I got plenty of time to get out and get in line. Sure enough, I think I might have set it off. I'll tell you why. I'm sitting in the car, watching Netflix or whatnot, and 2 people walk up to the door, like to line up at the door. And the DMV, that line could be around the corner. It could be down the block, once they, get close to the operating hours. So 2 people line up, and I'm like, okay, I'm peeping, I'm watching. I'm like, I don't need to be first in line. I just can't be last in line. You know what I'm saying? I got to be somewhere in the middle, up front middle, So, as long as I'm in the top 10 people, the first 10 people to walk into the building, I'm good with that. I'm cool. So 2 people line up. Then a third dude gets out his car. And now it's 3 people. Now it's 3 people in line. And I'm in the car chilling still. Mind you, it's like 6:45. It's not even 7 a.m. The DMV doesn't open until 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So I'm chilling, still watching Netflix in the car, you know what I'm saying? Then a truck pulls up and parks right next to me. That's pressure. Because I'm like, wow, he parked right next to me. I'm parked by myself. Like, who is this guy? Who does he think he is? Now, this dude gets out his car and goes and gets in line. Man, now it's 4 people in line. And it might have been 7 now. Let's say it's 7 o'clock. It might have been 7. I'm thinking to myself, it's about to be crunch time. It's about to be, you know what I'm saying? I got to get clutch now because it's like a catch-22. I could chill in the car and be comfortable watching Netflix, and I'm sitting right across from the front door. Like I parked up front, you know what I'm saying? I parked like right where the high school kids, where they take their driving test. I parked right next to those spots, right in front of the DMV. If you've been to the DMV, you know what I'm talking about, right? Next thing I know, I'm hearing cars, drive by on the street behind me, and just activity is starting to happen around the DMV. And it's like I said, it might be 7:10 now, 7:15. The DMV doesn't open until 8 o'clock. So I say, you know what? I say, man, I got to get out this car, man. I got to get out the car because this is I'm gonna mess this up. I'm gonna waste. I woke up at 5:30, and there's no way that I'm going to let these people outwork me, and I want to handle my business. I need to get this new real ID so I can catch my flights and whatnot, right? So I get up, I get in line, and I'm 5th in line. Let me check my notes. I wrote this down. I wanted to tell this story so bad. A few of my family members know, my mom, my wife, maybe a few others, but I had to share this with the world because it just worked out so great. I was 5th in line. So at this time, maybe it's like 7:20. DMV don't open till 8. I got to repeat that. The DMV doesn't open till 8 o'clock. I'm 5th in line. And, I'm chilling. I got my envelope. I got all my info, birth certificate, social security card, all the documents. I'm good to go. I'm ready to get my new driver's license with the real ID so I can catch these flights. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to hear noise. And I'm standing there chilling. You know what I mean? I'm still watching Netflix. I got an AirPod in, you know what I'm saying? I got an AirPod in and I'm watching Netflix. But I'm hearing people line up behind me. Like I'm hearing feet shuffling. I'm hearing more cars pull up in the parking lot. I'm hearing the gravel, the gravel in the parking lot move around. I'm like, oh man, it's starting to get busy. I didn't even want to turn around. I'm like, nah, I'm focused. I'm looking straight forward, right? We get to, what time was it? 7:58. 2 minutes to opening time. Oh man, I'm ready. I'm like, let me put the phone away, take the AirPod out. It's time to handle business. It's time to get this paperwork taken care of, right? 7:58, somebody walks out of the DMV. A lady. She got a lanyard. She got, the little keychain thing. You can tell she's an employee. She got the badge. She's official. She's walking down the line and she's talking to people. Remember, I'm fifth in line. I'm the fifth person from the door, so I'm up there, right? But I don't know what's going on. Next thing I know, she's talking to the guy in front of me, and she tells him, "Oh no, you don't need to. You don't have to be here for this. You could just call. You could handle yours over the phone." And the guy was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yeah, if you look right here, blah blah blah. Here's the number." And he leaves, like he goes home. Now I'm fourth in line. Okay. She comes to me and just asks, "Hello, sir. What are you here for today?" I tell her, "Hey, real ID, blah blah blah." She gives me a little card. I'm like, okay, so this lady works for the DMV. She works here. She's official, and she's just checking everybody in line to make sure you're not wasting your time. Being very efficient, and I like that. And even me and my mom had talked about that, saying like since COVID, since these government type of buildings and places and resources you got to go. Since COVID, they've really streamlined, how you deal with these different offices because, with COVID, obviously, they're trying to protect people, keep people safe. You had to social distance, all that. And it's almost like they kind of kept some of the COVID stuff after, COVID kind of became less relevant or faded away, right? It's still out there though, so be careful, y'all. 8 o'clock happens, doors open. They got the little security guard. Everyone knows if you go to the DMV, they always got that one security guard. They got a little whistle and stuff. They stand by the door. DMV security guard posted up. Shout out to her, right? Shout out to the lady doing her job. I'm not mad at her. The line starts moving. We got action. That's literally what I said in my mind. I'm like, oh, we got action. We moving now. It's 8 o'clock. Let's handle this. As soon as I get to the door, they look at my little paper that the lady handed me, and they say, "Sir, go to window number 5. Go to window, like Donovan McNabb. Go to 5. I'm like, let's go to 5, man. I walk to 5, straight to 5. No line, just go straight to window 5. I talked to the lady, very nice lady. Don't remember her name, but shout out to her. She asked me for my documents, handed over all the paperwork. I had everything, didn't leave nothing at home, did the fingerprint, confirmed all the information, paid, and I was good, right? And I'm like, oh, we about to be out of here. The downside was she was like, all right, you're good now. You expect to get your ID in the mail in, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But now head over to take your picture. Bruh. A picture. A photo. Listen, I thought with my driver's license, right, they were just going to transfer over the same picture I got right now, right? Like, the picture I got right now is all right. Like, why I got to take a new one? I was not physically prepared to take a new picture for my ID. Let me just say that. I told y'all I was up at 5:30 a.m. All I threw on a hoodie, some shorts. I don't even know if I had socks on. I just put the Kobe's right on. Threw the Kobe's on, you know what I'm saying? So, and I need a haircut. That's why I got a hat on right now. I need to go see Drew. Shout out to Drew. He might see this. If not, I'm going to hit him up. But no haircut, man. No haircut. I wasn't looking my 805 Just. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't looking the best version of Just, the best version of me. It wasn't that, right? Went over, took the picture, took the hat off, smiled, whatever. Here's the climax, right? If that's the appropriate word. Highlight of the story. When I stepped out of the DMV after taking the picture, because I'm done after that, I can go home. I am free to go. I get out in the parking lot. I look at my phone, and I screenshotted it because I didn't want to forget. I wanted to remember how long did it take for me without an appointment, but just getting up, waking up early, getting in line at the DMV taking care of my business. How long did it take for me to do that and then get into the parking lot to leave and head home, right? Look at my phone. Time says 8:17 a.m. 8:17, y'all. It didn't even take me 20 minutes to handle my business. Ain't God good? God just good, ain't he? Oh my gosh, what a blessing. I'm grateful. I'm so thankful. That might be the fastest experience at the DMV I've ever had in my entire life. And it was amazing. And now I'm not going to say I would do it like that again. You know what I'm saying? I will most likely make an appointment because appointments are great too, right? Matter of fact, the appointment people went in, before me. They went in ahead of me. But for someone to not have an appointment and just wake up and be like, I'm getting to the DMV early. I'm fifth in line to go in the building, pay, take my new picture, and I get out in the parking lot 8:17 a.m. I was so pleased. So I had to share this story with y'all, story time with Just, story time with 805 Just, because this was just, I'm not going to say once in a lifetime experience because I may need it to happen, another time in my lifetime, but first time for me for sure. There have been times where I've been at the DMV 7-8 hours on a hot summer day, just trying to, handle business. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful. That's my story, y'all. That's it. I'm just, I like to talk and I like to share when funny things and good things happen, in life. And that was a good moment. That was a highlight. I'm still kind of in shock by it a little bit. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to all of the subscribers. Thank y'all for being subscribed to the channel. I appreciate y'all the most. If you're not subscribed, don't worry about it. No pressure. Just know we have a good time here. I have a good time here. Y'all have a good time here. We all have a good time here. And feel free to come on back and check out any of my videos. 805 Just, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. And as always, peace.
The gigantic going out of business sale at Circuit City has reached the final days. Get total liquidation prices on absolutely everything, like 25% off notebook and desktop computers. Take a whopping 30% off all plasma TVs, digital camcorders, and digital cameras, including SLR. Save 40% on CDs and DVDs, software, phones, faxes, shredders, and more. Get 50% off all furniture, phone accessories, and select mobile audio. Don't wait until it's over. Shop now during the final days of the Circuit City going out of business sale.